Hi everyone. On February 14th of 2023, Kaitlyn Braun asked me to be her girlfriend. If you know and have been following the story about who I am, and if you need a recap and you're seeing me for the first time, I dated Kaitlyn Braun for a very, very short period of time. We met on Facebook dating, turned into a couple of dates. She asked me to be her girlfriend on February 14th, Valentine's Day. And I'm here to expose her character because I still have text messages from when she told me she was pregnant from an SA. Trigger warning if you're watching this, it talks about SA and jail and all that other stuff, and stillborn babies. So here is the first message that she sent to me the day after we make it official, and this is her saying what happened. As we already made it official, she is stating here that she's pregnant. If I want to break up, it's fine. She's sorry. This is the beginning of her, building her storyline, I guess you could say. Here you can forgive my stupidity when I ask if she's getting a mammogram. I was kind of taken aback by this news and I was literally an idiot. So scratch that. However, this is what she says. Red flag, if I haven't seen any red flags yet, this should have been one. Where she says, am I in trouble? Because I'm asking her if I could call her so I could hear her voice and see how she's doing, and because she's saying she's at the hospital and that's a big deal to me. Then this is her saying that she can't speak to me on the phone and she's just too overwhelmed. This is the following day. I'm asking her how she's doing, and this is the day that she tells me that the baby doesn't have a heartbeat, so she has to deliver the baby that particular weekend. At this point in time, I was confiding in my friends, and they were saying, hey, you need to be asking questions because this seems a little odd. And me going against their better judgment, I thought, oh, why would someone make this up? This is ridiculous. I obviously believe her. And I'm asking questions, and she's kind of, saying, oh, well, you don't have to believe me. That's fine. Getting a little defensive about it. And here is where the storyline continues, and she's telling me, she has to protect our relationship, and she's not trying to be rude, and give me time to think. And I fell for this, and I was trying to be as supportive as I possibly could, being an airhead in this situation. Now we get into the part where I ask her the gender. I didn't put the entire conversation because some of it was just jargon, talking, filling space. Didn't think it was necessary to add into this. But this is her wanting help picking a name for her unborn child. And the saga continues. Still trying to be supportive, still trying to, give her the space and whatever she needs to do to heal through this process. And then this is her the following day, I believe. I don't know if I have these texts in order, but this is her, hey, do you want to come pick out a swaddle with me? I really wish you were here, kind of thing. And I go along with it, and we ended up going to Winners. I drove all the way to see her, and we went to Winners, and she's walking around, and she's saying that she feels sore in her stomach and that she feels a little bit upset being there, and it's a little hard for her. These are more of the things that she just loves to say, because I feel like she knows what she's doing, And when she says, oh, I'm paranoid, you hate me now, because she knows what she's doing is wrong and she's lying about the whole situation. This is me checking in on her, seeing how she is, and her continuously going down her storyline of how she's not feeling well. And another red flag, and that she'll be done in 5 minutes, which is a record time. Like, she deserves an award for Best Actress of the Year, I swear. This is when the doula and I were together and waiting outside in our own vehicles for her to get checked. And I believe, or this could be before. It could either be before we met the doula at the Airbnb or after we met the doula. I want to say, I don't even remember because it was like a year ago, but this is the kind of behavior that was like so ridiculous to me. And even when I took her to the hospital before we saw the doula at the Airbnb, she came back and she was crying in my car. So I had a gut feeling that it was time to go the following day after all the fake contractions and the fake stillborn and the fake screaming and the crying and the meltdowns. My gut told me it was time to go. However, I, was talking to friends and they were like, oh, you should probably stay, like, and be supportive. My mom called me and we talked a little bit about what was going on with her, and she kind of said, like, do you want to be there for her? Is this like a long-term situation, or what do you feel is best for you? And I don't know. I just had the feeling it was time to go, and I just had an intuition. I was just like, I need to get out of here. My whole drive home, I felt like a horrible human being. I beat myself up, and I felt like I was going against my morals because I truly believed I was leaving behind somebody who was going through like a stillborn birth, which in hindsight, if that was really happening, that would make me a horrible human being. But some alarm bells were ringing. This is the last message I sent to her, and the last message we said to each other, basically me ending things in the best possible way I could think of without coming off as insensitive. Then a couple days later is when I had the police call me, and that's when her accusation against me went, when she went to the police. To be honest, I feel like her sentencing is a joke. I think she's still going to use the internet. I think she's still going to try and contact people. I didn't know how to process it in the beginning because I've been sick for the last few days. Again. Anyways, I'm angry. And I don't know. That's all I could really say. I just needed to get it out there on how she traumatized me, and she's just getting a slap on the wrist, and that's it. So, good for you, Kaitlyn. Hope you're enjoying your freedom.